though, isn't it?
Garbage in, garbage out.
I believe the answer to the question you asked right before I hit the button was probably. So
give it a second to hit beam.
You know, that's why we need to have a longer intro. We need to have like a 15-second intro.
Or you need like a pause as you go live, like it doesn't show us and then it transitions into us. We need to figure that out. We're pros here. We know what we're doing.
I like that we know what we're doing, question mark. So
we're pressing random buttons on the internet.
Hey, you know, after sorry, after they were getting rid of TikTok, I was one of them that jumped over to RedNote. And my whole thing was, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just pressing buttons and posting on a whim. Just kind of hoping they go, I don't start World War III. Because, you know.
Wasn't RedNote, you couldn't even read anything, right? It was all in Chinese, wasn't it?
Majority of it was Chinese. There was a few things in English, but the majority was Chinese. And then before they got into bringing TikTok back, they actually were talking about bringing more Chinese to English and English to Chinese translation people on there.
Okay.
So, no, but anyway, so this is not a normal thing that we do. We do not do shows on Tuesday nights.
No.
But
I'm about to turn into a pumpkin, so
that sounds weird. Is that some sort of sex thing?
No. Why do you always got to go there?
You know my background, right?
No, I got to go to bed soon because I got to get up super early for work.
My wife sometimes asks me, she's like, "Why are you so weird?" And I'm like, "You know my background, right? It was either become this really loud, kind of obnoxious, goofy, laughing all the time person, or scream and cry and turn into what would essentially be Killmonger from Black Panther." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of glad you went with the laughter."
Right.
It's like, you know, of all the villains in the MCU, Killmonger, I don't know. Do you consider Loki a villain? I don't, but
I mean, he was a villain, yes, but he had the redemption arc. Or a version of him, I should say, had a redemption arc, because technically it wasn't the true him that had that. It was I can't remember what they call them off the top of my head.
Not the anchor beings, but yeah, I know what you're saying though. So yeah, he kind of had his redemption. I don't see him as a villain. I see him more as an anti-hero with goofiness, but then again, I don't see Deadpool as a hero too, but I see him as very much an anti-hero.
Right.
But yeah, we got the Looker who is coming on and saying, "Yo,
what's up, Looker?
Hey, it's going pretty good here. I don't know. You guys might be cold in Canada, from what I understand.
I mean, yeah, our weather can't seem to make up its goddamn mind in our area either. So
it was raining and cold this morning, and then by the end of the day, I needed to put on shorts and a short sleeve shirt.
Yep.
Oh. He says it's actually warm today. Okay, wow.
Congrats. Well, be prepared. The cold is on its way.
So, but yeah, so we actually do have a reason for going on today. If you want to hit the button there, I'll put it up here. The new Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer just dropped today. Oh, did you get that to go up?
Yep.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so we're going to run this in the background. I don't want to get hit with any kind of music copyright infringement, so we're just going to run it on a loop in the back here. So I woke up and I saw this morning. I mean, look at that. Tell me that does not look real.
I mean, that is very photorealistic. Like, this is the game we've been waiting for, right? With this, PS5 and all these new graphics and
I know,
like, it looks like you're watching a movie.
Oh, there we go. I mean, yeah. So, but the problem, my only thing with this is, okay, let me run that back here just a little bit. Just look at his beard. Look at his beard. Look at the hair. Look at the way the sun is on it and everything. That is so realistic. The shadow and everything. This is about as real as you can get without actually being a live action person.
Pretty damn close, I feel.
And like right here. A lot of people are saying because of the way he acts in this trailer, they're wondering if he's an undercover cop.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it was on Kotaku that I was reading earlier. Like a lot of people are wondering if he's an undercover cop. I don't think so, but I wouldn't put it past Rockstar to do that.
That's interesting. That's very interesting, especially if you've watched the trailer.
Yeah, but I like how she knows his name back there. No, like I like how it's just like go get my stuff. He's smiling at this girl and then just smacks this dude and like takes money out of him. Just
give me my money. I mean, that's just typical GTA shit, right?
Mm-hmm. And I have no idea what happened to my background, why that's not wanting to pop up all of a sudden. But then again,
you were probably playing with settings, and you would. So if you go back to your virtual background, you should get it.
Well, yeah. But then I got to take this down. My computer's the one running it right now. I'll put it back up in a minute. But yeah.
No. I mean, like in the settings of this, it should be there. Because remember, we were screwing around with backgrounds.
Okay. Yeah, because we were, it wouldn't be an episode of ours.
There, we can hide behind this.
Yeah, see, it's on.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh. It was there 2 seconds ago. I know we were screwing around a lot of stuff, trying to get our main background to work. Whatever. Go back to the video.
I'll just be a floaty head right now.
Yes.
So one thing I do have to say, oh my God, look at this. Look at how incredible that looks. Now, one thing I got to say is, so apparently their budget was about $2 million to make this, or $2 billion has gone into this.
Say, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, $2 billion to make this game. Yes.
Billion.
Yeah, because they actually started working on this shortly after Grand Theft Auto 5. And then apparently, if the rumors are to be believed, they had to restart production twice.
Just for like updating like Unreal 5 or switching to PS5.
Well, yeah, they were doing PS5, and then on top of that, because this was PS3 when Grand Theft Auto 5, when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out.
Right. And
their next ambition, from what everyone has said, was they wanted to put Vice City, Liberty City, and what's that other town that they're San Andreas. They wanted to put all three of those cities in one game.
Jesus Christ, I hope not.
They wanted it to be like one of those where
you will never get through the entire map. It will literally take you an hour.
Yeah, well, they wanted to make it where it was like there was gangsters here, and then all three of the stories would intertwine. Kind of like they did with Franklin and Trevor and Michael. Yeah. But they wanted it to be like, some characters here, some characters here, and some characters here. And eventually the story intertwines into one big showdown somewhere, and it was like, I see the ambition, and I'll bet that's coming next, but I don't think the PS4 could have handled that. No, I don't know if the PS5 can handle that.
I mean, for sure, the PS4 couldn't have handled that, right?
Right. So there's no way the PS4 could have handled that. I mean, but the PS3 was being pushed to its technical limit, just having the three characters.
Right.
And they were wanting to do that and make it where you could jump from mission to mission to mission. And I'm like, yeah, but you've got to have like 45 missions here, 45 missions here, and 45 missions here. Let's keep going with this. Yeah, but think about that though. Because of how great this looks, that's $2 billion, meaning they have to make $2 billion just to break even. That's not even profit. That's just to break even.
If that true is true, but I mean, looking at it, it
Ooh.
looks really good. Yeah,
Yeah, she
we,
looks really good.
we get into some spicy scenes in this too. I was like, oh, okay.
Mm,
So we're gonna have the coffee scenes, right?
yeah. We get the hot coffee mod.
But I mean, if I think that even if the budget was 2 billion, everybody's gonna buy this game.
Right.
Even if you're a little kid that's not supposed to be playing it,
Oh,
everybody's gonna buy this game.
I was playing the original Vice City back when I was like 13, so it was.
Vice City was, I think, my favorite just because it had that 80s nostalgia plus the 80s music. It was just so fun.
Mm. Oh, another spicy scene there.
Yeah, there's a lot of spicy scenes in this one.
Okay, my
surprise.
Oh, look at who that is. That's Phil.
Yeah.
Ammunition. Phil, I can't think of his last name, but he has shown up in like 4 Grand Theft Auto games. I think Vice City was his first one, and he always shows up with like doing ammunition commercials. Okay, look at this though. LDC. So I'm wondering, so Liberty Department of Corrections, why is she then wearing an orange?
See, I thought she was wearing an orange like she was working on like the dock or like an airport. That was my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could be the airport, right? LDC.
Yeah, maybe. So maybe this is early in the game, like where she maybe gets out of jail and gets a real job, and before she gets pulled into
that, or before she went into jail, like a flashback scene of how they got together or how they were before.
Okay, I know that we were going to talk about how there's no gameplay footage in here, but if that is a part of the game right here, I am going to be really, really happy.
Right.
And I'll bet you're on jet skis.
I mean, yeah. What was it? The third one where we couldn't go in water? You literally would just drown.
GTA, yeah, I think it wasn't until San Andreas that you could finally swim.
Right. I think even Vice City, I don't think you can get in water.
Mm-mm. It's like you live next to the ocean. Learn to swim.
There's sharks, damn it. So yeah, see at the very end.
Running back. Yeah, so yeah, captured on PS5. I thought it was PS5 Pro, and this is going to be.
I was hoping it was PS5 Pro, but
yeah. So PC version of this will probably launch later. I highly doubt this will show up on the Switch. You never know.
There's no way that the Switch, even the Switch 2, I don't think could handle that.
So, yep, and May 26th. So we finally got that release date, and it's a release date everybody's wanted, but it's, come on, you told us 2025, and we've already waited a dozen years.
Right.
Almost an entire school career.
It looks that good, and it can play that good.
I love may contain content inappropriate for children.
And if it's not as buggy, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. In Grand Theft Auto, I mean, its bugs was part of its charm for a long time, but after a while, it's like, okay, come on. There's only so many times I could run into absolutely nothing only to have the texture pop in, 5 seconds after I've hit something, that it becomes like, okay, come on.
But
okay,
I mean, so the other thing is we've waited this long. We had radio silence all year. Then they finally tell us, last week, that it was going to get pushed back till 2026.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, now we get a trailer. So they had to have this trailer ready to go. They just didn't have an in stamp. This is the date it's coming out to put it out, right?
Right. So do you think it's just coincidence that we got a trailer mere days after an official delay announcement? Or do you think they were like, oh, sorry, let's cut
I mean,
a
they
trailer
got to
real
put
quick.
something out, right, to keep us hyped. Like this has got me hyped. Like, let's go. I could wait. If it looks that damn good,
Mm-hmm.
I am yeah, totally good to go with that.
It's like I wouldn't say all is forgiven, Rockstar, but some is forgiven.
And I think that's why they finally had to. They're like, okay, we have to give them something. They can't go that entire time with nothing.
See, just look at this. Like while he's pumping iron, you see how the muscles flex and everything. Then again, I mean, if in Red Dead 2 they can make horse testicles shrink and go bigger, they can make his
Yikes.
I love it. It's everybody's favorite Grand Theft Auto beer. This is what gets me right there. It's like, good. Look at how that looks.
Mm-hmm. And that's just, yeah, you're just cruising.
Mm-hmm. And here's where a lot of people are thinking he's an undercover cop, because right here, he says he's there for his girlfriend, and then he says what his name is, and this guy says, "Have I seen you here before?" And he's like, "Maybe." See, I don't know. Maybe.
See, again, my take on that was that he had been in jail too, unless this is an all female jail. Then giggity, he had a lot of fun. But I thought he was in jail with her, he got out early, then she got out. That was my interpretation.
Yeah.
But if they showed that cop scene, the cop car scene, and he was looking at it, so yeah, it could be that he's an undercover,
or a former cop.
Right, one or the other, and he's just going by, not getting involved, because he almost looked like he wanted to do something. But
see, that's where people are like, wait a second, But then again, this trailer can lead you any which way it wants to.
Right. I mean, they're probably jumping all over on the timeline.
Yeah, this could very well be the end of the game,
Right. I mean,
I hope that's not the end of the game. I like that scene. So I was actually talking to somebody that was playing one of the games through TikTok Live. I know you haven't opened up Live yet, but once you do, definitely stream on there. But one thing that TikTok is very known for is that they don't like to have any kind of nudity on their platform, even if it's in a video game. If there's nudity in it, they will actually ban you for 72 hours or 10 days or however many offenses you have. And I was like, wait a second. So if you're putting out the biggest game of all time here, or at least one of them, and I guarantee you that strip club scene has nudity, possibly even that scene that we just saw there.
Right.
And I mean, right there, they don't mind if there's like a bra showing, but they get really mad if that bra was not there, So I'm like, so how many people are either going to get banned from TikTok on a temporary basis to the point that I don't know if the platform can function anymore, or is TikTok going to loosen their standards on that? Maybe they could put up like a thing, kind of like how Twitch does, where you can mark it as a mature stream.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, how many games are there that happens?
Well, the big game that I've seen people play would be The Last of Us Part 2, and there's a scene in there with Abby, the sex scene. Remember? Okay. I don't know if you played it. Yeah, there was the sex scene on the boat where she takes her shirt off, and her bare chest is very brief, but it's prevalent.
Right.
So that one, and then I know people have been playing like what was that other one? Heavy Rain, and you get Madison, you get her in the shower. There's a whole scene there that you are in control of. And then there's the strip clubs. There's the strip club scene that she's a part of too, where you can get her down to her underwear and she has no top on. And they're banning people for this. And it's like, I didn't make the game. Why do I get banned?
Right. I mean, you should be able to blur it or something, I guess. Maybe.
So, yeah, and I am so excited. I'm just watching this trailer, even watching it in silence.
Yeah, I
It's like,
mean,
God, just
every time I watch it, it just gets me more hyped.
the first time I saw it, I was like, "There's not really a lot of action in this." But then I watched it a second time. I was like, "That's because they're introducing more of the characters, not telling you what the action is." You know.
Right.
But man, the more I watch this, the more I'm like, "Why do you have to make me wait a year?"
Exactly. So they've released this now. When do you think they'll release another one?
I'll bet they release it not next to, not during, but I'll bet they release it close to the way Rockstar is. I'll bet close to like the Game Awards. I'll bet maybe we get some like little details here and there, but I'll bet like the Game Awards or sometime around there is when we get the next trailer.
Okay, I could see that.
I doubt, with the way Rockstar works, I doubt it will be at the Game Awards. But I mean, hell, that'd be a way to like get people to watch.
They could do that and then too.
You know, I like the Game Awards. A lot of people are kind of iffy on it. I like it. I understand it's not perfect, but I enjoy it. But yeah, so what are your thoughts? Obviously, we both like this, but what are your thoughts on the trailer, and what do you think we can really expect?
I mean, I just think it did what it needed to do. It got people hyped up. I didn't even see how many views does that thing have. Oh, you're playing with that.
5, and they're all me.
Yeah, no, I bet you anything that has more than 5 views on the damn thing.
Got my background back.
Okay, it's got is that 39 million views?
How many upvotes does this thing have already? They don't show you.
4.2 million. If that doesn't say anything for you.
Objective updated, survive all of 2026. That's what the Yeah, keeping a keen eye on that view counter. A lot of people are saying, I was here to witness history.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it's done what it needed to do. It hyped people up. It made sure that, okay, so if the game's gonna look that good, then I'm okay to wait. If it looked like pure crap, you'd be like, the fuck? And I have to wait another year for this? So I think it's doing what it needed to do. And we finally got an actual like game, well, not gameplay, but like video of like characters and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not just, hey, we're making a game.
Especially after the news of the delay and everything, this kind of washes that bad taste out of everyone's mouth, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I was disappointed with the delay, but at the same time, I've always said, take your time, give a good game. Don't give me something sloppy and rushed and unfinished. At the same time, I'm like, okay, come on, 12 years is enough, you know?
Right. But if like you said, they had to, so if it started on PS3, then maybe it went to PS4 and then finally switched to PS5. That's a lot of development and different technology, especially from the 3 to the 5. The 3 was just our agriculture of that system was just crap. A lot of people had a hard time programming for that one. So, and then you also have, they finally released Unreal 5, so maybe they had to do more updates on that to get it into that.
Could be, yeah. So, but I am super excited about this. I know, I think I can speak for Koimiya. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us tonight, but I think I can speak for him when I say I think he's excited for it too.
He'd find something to rant about. She's in her bikini. She can't be in her bikini or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
he'd go on some old man rant.
There you go. How about that? We have that as the background right now. Yeah, I know. We kind of joke about him being the old man yelling at a cloud, and that's why he's kind of taken that. But
He's
There-
not going to watch this video, so we're good.
Well, he probably will, but not all the way to this point.
Right. So we're
So-
fine. We're okay.
Next episode of the real show, he's gonna be like, "Fuck all of you." I heard what you were saying.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So, what would you say? They've actually released this, and they released 70 new screenshots.
I was scrolling through a couple of those.
Yeah. So, do you think we'll get anything between now and Christmas?
I think we'll actually get like actual gameplay
Mm-hmm.
when they do the next trailer. It'll be actual like in-game
Mm-hmm.
engine. So like that all looked like cutscene to me. I mean, it
Yeah.
still looked gorgeous as fuck, but I mean, we could be wrong. That could be all in-game, but I don't usually they say it.
Yeah. Then again, Rockstar tends to do their own thing. You know.
Right.
I know Take-Two Interactive. It's like, okay, a lot of people have told them, like, you make 2K do all this stuff. You make all these other ones do this. How come Rockstar gets a pass? And they're like, because Rockstar does what Rockstar does.
I mean, even if, like I said, if everybody bought a copy of it, they would make their money back plus some, right? And you
Mhm.
know, like half the population is going to buy that damn thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a day one for me. I will pick that up. And if they have a special edition, they'll fucking reel me in on that one too.
Oh, imagine that, like a special edition with like a statue of her with the guns, you know?
I mean, that'd be even better. Yeah. I was just saying, like, you know, they'll have like an extra one where you get like a special car or a garage or start with a rental or some shit like that.
Mhm.
Or in their stupid shark points or whatever the hell. Shark cards.
Yeah, I don't do shark cards.
I mean, I think
played,
that's going to be the only disappointing thing about it, right? Depending on how much online play there is, especially to like plat it.
Okay, and do you think in this one we're going to get the substantial DLC like we were promised for GTA 5 that eventually became more of Grand Theft Auto Online?
I think so. I think they
people
probably
were
have already got it.
pissed.
I'm sure.
Because they gave, remember, there was the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned from Grand Theft Auto 4, and they promised substantial DLC like that for Grand Theft Auto 5, and then they never made it. They
Right.
focused
They
on the
focused
online.
more on the online, yeah.
Yeah. And then they've made this, and that's why I've said I get tired of GTA Online, because that's all it is. It's just GTA Online, GTA Online. And then it was like, then what, from 2013 to 2018, there was no games. It was all GTA Online, then until we got Red Dead 2. Now you're looking from Red Dead 2, which came out in 18, to 2026 when we get GTA 5. And I'm like, yeah, and it was all the online stuff.
Right.
Rockstar's not, they've already said it's not run by the same people. It's not the same company. And I'm like, yeah, because these guys tend to play it close to the chest, you know, like go for the safe bet, which is, oh, Grand Theft Auto, oh, Red Dead, oh, Grand Theft Auto, oh, Red Dead.
Right.
It's like, give me Bully 2. Give me Manhunt 3. Give me LA Noire 2.
Oh, LA Noire was actually a good game. I like that game.
Hmm.
Or just give me a new IP, right? Like, you're telling me you can't come up with something new?
Okay, give us Agent. You promised Agent back in 2006.
I mean, I would like to see them do like a sci-fi. See what they could do with sci-fi. Kind of like Bethesda's going into that way. More
Naughty
into that
Dog.
way.
Yeah, Naughty Dog's doing that too.
That's the one. My bad. Wrong one. Naughty Dog's doing it. Like,
Yeah.
give me something along those, or, you know, step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, Naughty Dog and Supermassive are doing that with the next Dark Pictures anthology game, the Directive. I'm sorry,
Directive 2080 or something.
Yep, 8020. But yeah, I'm really excited for that one. But all right, so we're only gonna be on here for another minute or so. But final thoughts on the trailer.
I mean, it's gorgeous. It's got me hyped. I'm ready to go. I want the game now. Hey, somebody get a copy and link it to us. Wait, I didn't say that. That wasn't me.
We cannot legally ask that, but we can, hint.
Hey, you can wink for it. Wink for it, please.
Oh, I can't wink. This is the way I wink, apparently. I've actually asked people, like, as an actual Cyclops, when I do this, am I winking or am I blinking? I don't know. It's been 39 years of this, and I still don't have an answer. It's called scaring the children.
Right. Mommy, they let the Cyclops out.
Yeah, there we go. I just clipped that recently,
I know, and I reshared it because it was funny as hell.
All right. So yeah, final thoughts from me as well. I cannot wait for this. I am more excited now than I have been in quite a long time. For a while, it seemed like that first trailer was maybe a fever dream because we didn't even get so much as a peep out of Rockstar after that. Other than
they'd gone without putting out a trailer till September, October, I think people would be really pissed.
Yeah. I know Rockstar has the tendency to piss people off. Have you seen the stack of lawsuits they've had to fight?
Right.
They pissed off Lindsay Lohan, which was funny as hell. And how many times did they piss off that lawyer, Jack Thompson, which is always funny as hell.
Yeah, back in the day, I remember that.
We should actually have maybe a segment devoted to just ripping on him. But at this point, wouldn't it just be like beating a dead horse? And he's over like...
I mean, yes, but it needs to be beat.
Stop! He's already dead.
Hey, that one finally came in behind. Hey.
So, all right. Well, yeah, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with us. I know, Neodeath, you are probably heading for bed, and I promised the wife I'd go do dishes, so I got to go do the husband thing, and then
that sounds like fun.
Yeah. And then I will be jumping on here later tonight with you know what? It doesn't sound cool anymore, but South of Midnight.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, that game sounds cool, but Grand Theft Auto sounds better.
I mean, yes, but gives you something until you get that, right?
I'm kind of happy that they're releasing it first quarter of next year. That way it gets its blast zone out of the way so that other games throughout the year will still have a chance to at least be seen,
Right. And you never know, they could push it up. I mean,
yeah, they could.
Not very likely, but that would be awesome. Oh, hey, we're gonna go a month ahead or whatever. That would be even better, right?
Yeah, and I really like that they're releasing it right before the summertime because that's kind of a dry zone for games.
Right.
And now no developer is going to be wanting to release anything, so that's going to be a real dry zone.
Avoid May like a fucking plague.
Mm-hmm. What's coming out in May? Grand Theft Auto. Oh, anything else? No.
Nope.
No.
Not a damn thing.
Well, what about for June?
Maybe.
Mostly Grand Theft Auto. Will you release anything June 30th? I will give you a new screenshot of something releasing 4 years from now. So, all right. Well, yep. And I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us. Again, we don't do this very often, but news this big, we had to jump on. So, thank you all for coming and hanging out. And we will see you next time. We'll see you this Saturday for our regular show.
All right. Laters, everybody.
Good night, everybody.